Hey guys, before I start this video, I would like you guys to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so I can take you guys along on this journey with me. So, my name is Najee. I'm 24 years old and this is my story. Hope you guys, I can't talk. Hope you guys like this video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and have a good day. Tiredness and fatigue. Tiredness and fatigue. I was doing good. Alright, so cameraman fire. You got it. See, you can't, just don't post the, listen, you can't say, alright, 5, you can't say action, you can't do that, because I'm gonna be the phone. Before we get into today's video, I would like you guys to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel below. So for today's video, we'll be talking about my journey and finding out that I had PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome. A little bit about myself. My name is Najee Bahar. I'm 24 years old, and in the beginning of 2017, I was diagnosed with PCOS. The reason why I'm doing this is because I've seen so many people tell their PCOS journeys, but they don't really go in depth as much as I need them to go in. So, for example, people will tell you about what's going on with them, but you can't really identify with someone if you really don't know, okay, what was your test results, and so you can really compare it to what you're getting in the process of learning. So what I'll be doing is, I went to the hematologist in the beginning of this year, so I'll show you guys those test results. I'm going to the hematologist again at the end of this month. So that, my morning routine, the things that Dr. Paul told me to use, the results from my hematology appointment at the end of the month, just to compare and contrast, and I'm giving you guys my symptoms and the things that's going on with my body, so those who have the similar symptoms can kind of, you know, walk the walk with me. My symptoms personally were fatigue and tiredness, really bad anemia, irregular periods, and also pocket cysts on my ovaries. My problem areas, because a lot of people have issues with like weight gain and hirsutism and things like that, but I never dealt with those type of things. I'm fairly small. I've always been small. The only time that I really gained weight was when I was on birth control pills, heavy. But my my problem areas are like the bottom of my stomach and my neck. Always been a little fat, but for my size. But other than that, I didn't really have any like weight issues and excess hair growth or anything like that. So this all began when I first had my period when I was 14 years old, and I can't really go into detail about how that process was because I can't really remember. It was like 10 years ago. But the only thing I do remember is the fact that my cycles will come on for so long. So they will come on for a month straight and then go off for 2 months, or I will bleed for 2 months straight and then I won't have a cycle for 3 months. And this has been going on since the beginning of my cycle all the way up until now, and I'm just figuring out exactly what's going on with me. So in the beginning of my cycle, me and my mom would go to multiple doctors and the doctor's offices to try to figure out what was going on with me, and the only answer they had was, she's young, she just got her cycle, it'll regulate eventually, not touching bases on the fact that I was bleeding so much for so long. Like, only answer they had for us was, it'll regulate eventually. When I was 16 years old, this was what, this was 11th grade. When I was 16 years old, they prescribed me birth control pills. So birth control pills are iron pills because my levels were so low. I was probably like a 6.2. My iron levels was like a 6.2 or something like that. So they prescribed me iron pills and birth control pills. through the time being, the iron pills, you know, they boosted my iron levels, but they made me very constipated. And then for 2, the birth control pills regulated my cycle. I was only bleeding for 5 days a month, and my cycle came on every month. But the first 2 days of those 5 days were so painful. The first day, I couldn't eat or drink anything. At the most, I would drink a bottle of water or something like that, but I would be balled up in the bed for that whole day. And for the second day, I would drink like a Gatorade and some saltine crackers or something like that, because I would feel sick to my stomach. And I wasn't really big on pain pills, so for the most part, I would kind of try to take it, but that didn't work out too good. So that was the symptoms from the birth control pills. And also, I was gaining weight. I was in high school, I was gaining weight. So from there, I was taking birth control from 16 to about 18 consistently. And then at 18, I went to college, and I started taking it a little less consistent, because going to school 2.5 hours to 5 hours, depending on the way that you travel, coming back to get a prescription every month wasn't really feasible. So it was like an on and off thing. Once I stopped taking them, my periods came back the same exact way they were in the beginning. So I was bleeding for like a month. It just basically went right back to how it was before. So now it got me thinking, okay, I have to figure something out, because something isn't right. Like, something is going on with my body for me to be on something that's supposed to be helping me regulate, like, naturally on my own. So I thought, all of a sudden now, as soon as I get off of it, it's right back to where I was in the beginning. So, I did some research. Me and my mom did some research, and then I came to find out that birth control pills actually shuts off the natural hormone production in your body and pumps synthetic or false hormones to make your body believe that it's giving it off itself. You're not really fixing the problem. You just temporarily doing something that makes your body believe that it's fixed, basically. Okay, so once I figured that out, I'm going back to the doctors, and I've been to multiple doctors, switched doctors, different hospitals. Like, it's been crazy. GYN, primary care, hematologists, like all different types of doctors. And only thing that they kept telling me was get back on birth control. So I told them I'm not getting back on birth control. I have to figure something out, because something is not right. This cannot be the only thing that you guys have for me. Like, it has to be some other way. Okay, so after I stopped taking the birth control pills, I did research for about 2 years. And I was still going through the process of trying to figure out what was going on. I didn't know. So I was trying different things, different types of iron pills to keep my iron levels up. I just was all over the place at this point. I went to a hematologist in the beginning of this year, and to check and see if I had some type of blood disease, because my iron levels were so low. My red blood cell count was super low. They were trying to make sure, you know, I didn't have anything that was like super wrong with me. So I go to the hematologist, and right before then, I was doing some research. I believe I was talking to my aunt, who's a nurse practitioner, or my mom, who told me about the hormonal imbalance thing. And then I did a little bit of research about that. So I was trying to find different types of doctors who touch bases on the hormonal imbalance. And I went to a hematologist, and all my blood results came back, and they told me, like, you know, you're pretty much fine. You just got to take the iron pill to, you know, boost your iron levels and your blood count levels, and also take the birth control pill to regulate your cycle so you won't be bleeding so long. So I asked, you know, what do you think about a fertility doctor, because I read something that said it could be a hormonal imbalance. He said, no, only reason you should go to a fertility doctor is when you're ready to get pregnant. If that's not what you're trying to do right now, then you need to just take the birth control pills and take the iron pills, and you'll be fine. In short, that's basically what he told me. I'm like, I'm not taking them. I'll figure it out. So after that, I went and I scheduled an appointment with the fertility clinic. I went to the fertility clinic, and within 45 minutes, she broke down. She told me that I had PCOS, and she basically broke down my symptoms in no time. So that was like a weight lifted off my shoulder, because for so many years, I had no clue what was going on. Like, if it was something wrong with my body, like, I didn't know what was going on. All I knew was it wasn't normal. So she broke it down, and I had to get a ultrasound where they do it on top of your stomach, and one when they insert in you and do an inside ultrasound. So I had to get both of them, and when she looked, she seen the pocket cyst on my ovaries. So a normal person has about 12 to 15 pocket cysts on both ovaries, but in mine it was like 21 on one and like 35 on the other. So that, including the irregular cycles and the fatigue and tiredness, is how she basically told me that I had PCOS. So from there, she was like, you know, if you want to get on birth control pills, you can, but it's totally up to you. And I was like, nah, give me some more time. I want to do some more research. Now that you gave me a piece of something, I want to take it and try to, you know, grow more knowledgeable about what you just told me that I had. From there, my mom told me about Dr. Sebi, and I thought, you know, eating for me was always, it wasn't really a big thing. I'm not really a big eater. My favorite foods were like carbs, and I don't know if that's a part of the PCOS thing, like, because of the type of hormonal balance you have, you really crave, like, I love potatoes and rice and things like that, and they were like the only thing that I really wanted to eat for the most part. So I could go like the whole day without really eating anything, because I run around so much, and I can just like eat that one time out of the day and be fine. So my mom introduced me to Dr. Sebi. I started looking up, you know, the different meals and the different things that he suggests that we can eat. I thought, okay, hopefully this will help. I can try it, because I'm willing to try, you know, anything that sounds safe in order to get to the next level. I tried the Dr. Sebi diet out for about 3 months. I have to say 3 months. It was about 3 months. And my cycle came on for 5 days the first month. It didn't come on the second month. The third month, it only came on for 5 days. But I wasn't in pain. And that was the first time my cycle had ever came on for only 5 days straight without any birth control pills or anything. Like, just from me eating different. And I was also working out. So that kind of turned on a light bulb. But I was still, you know, in the process of learning different things. The way I was eating when I was younger, we ate a lot of fast food and vegetables out of a can and things like that. We didn't really eat anything fresh, except for if it was like collard greens or something like that. And that's probably the reason for my imbalances in the beginning when I was 14 years old, when my cycle initially started. That probably had a lot to do with it. After me eating clean for about 3 months and exercising consistently, you know, on a daily basis, I seen a change in my body and in my energy. But right after that, I went to Texas for my birthday to visit my family, and I pigged out for like 5 days. Mind you, I didn't really know eating was like kind of a part of the cure. I just was kind of trying different stuff. Go to Texas for 5 days. Now, I'm eating clean for all this time. I go to my uncle's house. He cooking Alfredo and all these things that I really love. So I'm pigging out for 5 days. After that, everything went turmoil. Like, it completely changed. My cycle was totally out of whack. I started bleeding for a month or months again. And then it started to slow down. But then I was bleeding twice in 1 month. And it's just been like that ever since that, when I was eating that way to now. After that, I was introduced to Dr. Paul Hopkins. Shout out to Andre. And he's a natural doctor. I went there and took a test that he has that basically tells you what's wrong with your body. So he showed me that my issues or my problem areas was like my stomach, my ovaries, and my small intestines and my large intestines. basically the place where you hold most stress and where your food digests was my problem areas. After that, he prescribed a couple different things for me to take to basically, you know, change the flora of my gut and de-stress a little bit, and, you know, just to try to get back on a good foot. After meeting Dr. Paul, I learned a whole lot about different foods and the times that you eat, and I just learned a whole lot to add on to what I have already gained knowledge about. As of today, he told me a few things that I can do in order to, you know, change the way that I'm eating, the things that's going on with my stomach. I can basically nurse it back the natural way. So as of right now, that's what I'm on a journey to doing. I can't really tell you if there's a cure because I'm still on the path of trying to figure this whole thing out. But in my being, I believe that there is a cure ultimately. And it's the natural way of life, or the natural way of living. I want to take you guys on a journey to really find out what the process is and how to heal it. And I'll be telling you guys the different things that I've been using, like my morning routine and the different herbs I've been using and all these things that I've been, you know, given or prescribed in a way to use to help my situation. If there's anything that you guys can suggest or anything that you've learned or you know, you can comment down below or DM me on Instagram or anything like that to just kind of, you know, give me your story and see how I can help you help me to a certain extent. I mean, I'm still in the process of learning, so I'm trying to learn and also teach at the same time.